In this video, I'm going to show you how to generate coloring book ideas that actually get people to purchase them. Then I will guide you through designing your book following the Amazon KDP specifications. I will also point out some mistakes that you should avoid when creating it. And finally, I will show you the best way to self-publish your coloring book and share some tips and tricks to help you to stand out from the rest and get more sales. So let's get started. To start the creation of your coloring book, the first step is to explore ideas by researching what's currently popular or trending in the market. And the way I like to do this is by simply typing coloring book best sellers in the searching bar. This lets me see which type of coloring books are performing well. And from here I can figure out how to create my own coloring book within those successful categories. So I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna keep scrolling and look for some inspiration in these coloring books. So we can see that the stress relief, it's a very good category. So I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna click over here and I'm gonna keep looking how these books perform. So we can see that all of these are best sellers. So we can get some inspiration and also some keywords. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go and open another Amazon page, and over here I'm just gonna go and look for these kind of keywords. So I'm gonna go and just search for bold easy, bold and easy. So we see that actually there is a lot of searching for this, and we can keep looking for which kind of keyword we can rank a book on that kind of style. Coloring books, and I'm just gonna go and grab for kids. So we can see actually the person from here, we can see that it's the same author. It's also ranking on this one, and we can see that the searching results, it's still 10,000, but I think we can do better. So I'm just gonna go and keep looking for another kind of keyword that is related to this, because we also see the stress relief. So I'm just gonna go and add stress relief here, and I'm gonna go and grab these keywords: stress relief coloring book for adults and kids, bold and easy. And as we can see over here, this is a much better keyword to rank because we can see that it's only 4,000 results. So we definitely gonna be able to rank here much more easily than in the 10,000. So another important data that I like to get from these books is I'm just gonna go click over it, and I already have my KDP Spy tool, so I can check actually sales data from here. So we can come over here, I'm just gonna go and open it, and we can see that the estimated monthly revenue for these books is $100,000 per month. So we can see that it's a topic that actually people is buying. And I'm gonna go back and we can go and check the same for this one. So we can go and I'm gonna go and open my KDP Spy, and we can see for this one is a bit less, but still a very good revenue for only one book. So it's $45,000 for a month, and we can see is 5,700 sales. So that's a lot. If you want deeper information on how to use this tool called KDP Spy that actually gives you sales data, which helps a lot to make informed decisions, you can check out my KDP Spy tutorial, link in the description. Now that I already have the keyword and the topic for my book, I can move on into design the coloring book following the Amazon KDP requirements. For today's video, I'm going to be using an expert Kittl account and some of these excellent features. If you also don't want to have any limitation creating your coloring books, you can go and click the link in my description. And if you don't have an account and you want to try out, I'm really excited because you can use my discount code to get 25% off of any paid plan for your first month or even your first year. So once I'm in the homepage of Kittl, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go and click in New Project. So following this format, what I'm gonna do is a 8.5 times 8.5 inches. But in case that you want to create another sizing of book, you can go to this page and you can get the exact measurements that are allowed into the Amazon KDP platform. And then on here we have the page size without bleed and the page size with bleed. Choosing bleed means that there is no space left in the coloring book, while no bleed leaves a margin around the edges. So today I'm going to be doing a coloring book with bleed. So I'm going to be following these measurements over here. And I'm going to be using these measurements. But because I'm going to be adding my bleed, I'm just going to go and follow these ones over here. And then we're going to go back to our Kittl design. And I'm just gonna follow this. So 8.375. And for the height, I'm gonna leave it in 8.5. And I'm just gonna click in create. So once here in Kittl, to add my borders, I already have my template. So I'm just gonna go to the section of uploads and I'm just gonna go and add it into my design. If you also want to get this template with the exact measurements for this sizing of coloring book, I will leave the link to my Kittl template in the description so you can add it directly to your Kittl account. So I'm just gonna go and follow these blue lines and I'm just gonna put it all the way to the corner and I'm gonna go and pull it all the way till it fits into my design. And I'm gonna click in these three dots and I'm gonna click in lock position. So once everything is perfectly set up, we can start to creating our coloring pages. To begin, I'm going to use ChatGPT with this prompt. I want to create an animal stress relief coloring book for adults and kids. Bold and easy. Suggest me 50 unique items for my coloring book. And I'm just gonna go and let it write it. Once we already have the list of our items, I'm going to show you 2 different ways to create your coloring book using Kittl's amazing features. So we start with option number 1, Kittl Elements. For this option, you can go directly to the Elements section of Kittl's, that it's over here, and we can go and search for one of the items that we get in our ChatGPT list. So I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna grab B. So I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna copy, and then I'm gonna come and paste it over here. And from here, we already have some options that we can use for our coloring book. I'm gonna make this bigger to see all of them. So I'm just gonna be adding this one over here because I feel that it goes with the kind of style that we have over here. And I'm gonna go and edit these elements. First of all, I'm gonna make it bigger over here so it fits in all my page. And what I'm gonna do now is just go and change all the colors in my element. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna choose white over here. I'm gonna click over it and I'm gonna go and change it to white also. And now we already have ready our element. So this is one of the crazy features that Kittl have that I love for Amazon KDP, because you can go and just choose one of the elements and change the colors and you will get only the outline to create your book in just a few clicks. So I'm gonna go and search for another item of my list so we can test it out with something else. So I'm just gonna go zoom out. I'm gonna click over all my page and I'm gonna click Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and I already have my next page. I'm also gonna select over it so I can move it and then just have it a bit closer. And there we go, we already have this one, and I'm just gonna go and change this. So I'm gonna go back to my item list, and from here I'm just gonna grab beer and I'm gonna go back to my Kittl and I'm gonna go to the elements again and I'm gonna make exactly the same. So Ctrl B and I'm gonna search. I'm gonna open this to see all of them. I actually like a lot of them, so we can even go and add all of them. I think this one is a very cute one, so I add it on there and I'm just gonna go and adjust it. So here I'm gonna make it big and I'm gonna make exactly the same. I'm gonna click over this color and I'm gonna change it to white. This is the same, to white. And the last one, just make sure that you never change the outline color of black, because otherwise your element is gonna disappear, but you're just gonna keep it in black. And even to make this a bit more bold, because over here we have like the bold style, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna click in border. So I'm just gonna click in add border and I'm gonna increase the weight so we stay in the same style. And you can see how easy it is to create your coloring pages with these elements. But in case that you want to create your own items and get the same style for all the pages, you can use the next option. Option number 2, Kittl AI. To use this option, we're gonna go to the section of image generator and I'm gonna click over it. And I'm just gonna go to the section of turbo. And in the text box, like any other AI, we need to add a prompt to start the generation of our coloring pages. I'm gonna be using this one. Create an outline of a cute, and I'm just gonna go to my list again and I'm gonna go and add this butterfly. So I'm gonna place it over here And in this section of here, it gets very interesting because we can go and choose the style for our AI image. So for our coloring books, we can go to the section of vector styles. And I'm just gonna click in show all. And from here, you can go and choose one of these styles that we have over here. We have the kawaii icon, we have the nursery art, even the cartoon I think also will work very well. But I'm just gonna be using this one over here. And I'm gonna go and click in generate image. So it already generated this one for me, but it's not like complete black and white because I select the kawaii icon, which is not like part of the vector styles. But what you can do is just go and add into your prompt black and white, or you can go and click over the image and we can click in vectorize image. So as you can see now, we already have the image like this. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go and make exactly the same. I'm gonna select over here, I'm gonna Control C and then Control V. I'm gonna delete this one and I'm just gonna go and place it a bit closer so I can go and add my butterfly. So what I love about using Kittl is that we already have some styles that can work perfectly for our coloring books. But even if you already have a specific style on mind, you can go to the advanced section over here, and this is another AI section to create our images. But this is a bit more specific and professional, I would say, because over here we can choose the aspect ratio. We can also go and upload the kind of style that we want our page to be. So I already have this one, and I want my coloring page to be like this, so I'm just gonna click in this one. So I'm gonna make the same. I'm gonna go use this prompt and I'm gonna go and choose one of the items from my ChatGPT list. So Control C, then Control B, and I'm gonna click in generate image. And while the AI is making my rabbit, what I'm gonna do is just go and select my page. So I can go Control C and Control V, and over here it already generated my image. So I can also go and generate it with this, so it's a bit more cute, I would say, and very different of how the other ones are. So this is a great tool when it comes to get a bit more specific on the style for your coloring book. So we can do the same. You can go and remove the background, or you can just go and use the image vectorize. If you don't want to go and make one by one all the pages for your coloring book like I'm doing now, you can just go and make one page, Control C, Control V, and I'm gonna delete this one, select it, place it over here, Control V, the same, and I'm just gonna go and select them, like these two, select this one, I'm gonna place it over here, and then I'm gonna select these two again, Control C, Control V, and I'm gonna place it over here. Once you have 4 or 5 or the amount of coloring pages that you want to make, you can just go and select all of them and then Control C, Control V, and then you go and place them under it. So you can just focus on generate your items and then just placing it in each of the pages, so you don't have to make it one by one. So you can go and even make this one again. So we have 6, Control C, Control V, and I'm gonna place them under here. You can keep doing this till you get your 80 pages. So once you have finished all the items for your coloring book, I'm going to share other tips and tricks that you can make to make it better so you can stand out and attract more customers. Tip number 1. Add more items. Whether it's simple sparkles or shapes, adding more than just one basic item will make your book even more attractive to customers. So to do this, we're just gonna go again to the section of elements in our Kittl, and I'm just gonna go into the section of illustrations. Over here, we already have some elements that we can go and just add into our coloring book pages. I like this one that says emojis, so I'm just gonna click and show all. And then over here, we have a lot of emojis that we can just go and add into our coloring pages. So I'm just gonna go and add some sparkles maybe. So over here, and then I will make it smaller, and we can add it in this section on here. So maybe add these ones on here, and then Control C, Control V. I have a new one, so I'm just gonna go and add more here, and then I can come back to my illustration section and then just add some more, maybe like some hearts here, make it smaller, and then over here it fits perfectly. Control C, Control V. I already have my second one, and then add this one here. Otherwise, you can just go and search for the kind of element that you want. So we can go and search for, let's say, sun. And we can choose from here. So let's say I want to use this one. And we make exactly the same process. So I will put it like somewhere here. And I'm just going to go and change all the colors of my sun. So over here in white. And then this one in white. And then this one in white. And if you still see like there is a lot of colors, you can just click and see all, and we can change all of the colors. So white, 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 like this, and then just add it somewhere here, and make our coloring page a bit more attractive. Tip number 2, add some text. Adding text will make the page more appealing to buyers. If your coloring book is for kids, adding educational text can increase the value of your coloring books. And to do this, we're just going to go to the text section, and over here you can just go and add a headline. Otherwise, you can go and use one of the templates that Kittl already have on here. So what I'm going to do is just go and add my text. And over here, I'm just going to place it in this section. And what I'm going to do now is, first of all, I'm going to change the type of my font. And to do this, you just click in this section of here that it says text, and then you just click over here. And we can go and choose another type of text. So it looks even much more nice. So we can try maybe something like this. Or something a bit bold. So I'm just going to be using this one over here, Titan 1, because it's a very bold font, and I'm going to make it bigger. And now what I'm going to do is just make some space in the text so kids can also color in the text. And to do this, first of all, I'm just going to go and click add a border, and I'm going to change the color of my text. So something like this will work very nice. And on this section, we can go and increase the border weight of our text, so you can make it more thick or thin depending on how you want it to live. So I'm just gonna keep it in something like this, and we can even go and add some style to the text. So we can go and make a custom one. So I think this is a very fun feature because we can go and just play with this and then just add it where we want it in a very custom way into the shape. So you can just go and add the text even in this side. So I'm just going to try that. We can go and make this beard even more big in this section, and I can go and make the shape of the beard on here. So I'm going to go and adjust it on here. So maybe something like this can work, so it's a bit more fun. So I'm just going to go and at the name of my item, I'm just gonna make this a bit more small, and then just add it over here, bigger for the kids, so something like this. And we can make the same as we did on here. We can just go Control C, Control V, and then we can add these elements over here, and Control C, Control V, add another one over here, and then just keep playing around with the designing of our coloring pages. Tip number 3. Add patterns. Something I haven't seen in any other designing tool is how easy it is to create detailed patterns, which you can get with the Kittl AI or even with the Kittl elements to make even more appealing coloring book pages. So to do this, I like to use the Kittl AI, but you can go also to the elements. First of all, I'm going to try with the AI. We're going to go to the section of advanced, and we're just going to click the pattern style that we want. So we can choose between all these styles, and I'm just going to keep the cute one. And over here, I'm just going to go and change this one to beer, and I'm going to click in create image. So as we can see, it already generated this cute pattern for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and place it following the measurements of our borders. So I think something like that fits very well. And what I'm gonna do now is just click over it. I'm gonna click in the 3 dots, and I'm gonna click in backwards. And I'm gonna make it again so we can have our beard all the way in the top. And as you can see, we already have our letters, we already have also the patterns. Once you have scaled your designs with these great tips, you can go and download your coloring page. And to do this, we're just gonna click in download, and over here in file tab, we're just gonna make sure that our file type is in PDF. And now I'm just gonna click in download. And now the only thing that is remaining is to create our coloring book cover page. And to do this, I will use this page to generate the template for my cover. You can use this page completely for free, and I'm also going to leave in the description the link to it. It's very important that before coming to this page, you already have decided on the following aspects, so it will be easier for you to fill them in. All these details depend on what you want to create, but the format that I always choose is the following one. So if you have never done it before, you can follow this format. So for my type of cover, I'm going to be using this one. For the type of interior, I'm going to use black and white. For the type of paper, I'm going to be using white paper. For the direction, it's going to be from left to right. And for my units, I'm going to keep it on inches. For the interior print size, I'm going to go and use the one that we choose in the first page. So 8.5 times 8.5 inches. And over here, I'm just going to go and add my 50 pages. And I'm going to click in calculate dimensions. First of all, we have to go and click in download template. So once you download your template, we can go back to our Kittl homepage. And over here, I'm just going to click in new project. To get the exact same measurements that we get in our cover, what we have to do is just follow the full cover measurements. So we're going to follow this one for the width and this one for the height. So now, as you can see, I add these numbers into my Kittl design. So I'm just going to click in create. What I'm going to do now is just go and upload the template that we just download from this page. So I'm just going to click in uploads. I'm going to click upload over here, and I'm going to click in open. Now I'm just going to click over it to add it into my design. And what I'm going to do is just pull it all the way to the corner, and then I'm just going to follow the blue lines, and I'm going to pull it all the way till it fits in perfectly in my design. What I'm going to do now is just go click in the three dots and click in lock position. What we have to do now is just go and add some shapes so we can get the exact same borders that we have in this page. So I'm going to add some shapes. So basic shape, and then over here I'm going to change the color so it's easy for me to see if I'm placing it right. So I'm just going to put it over here and over here. If you cannot see because of the color, you can go and reduce the transparency over here. So we're just going to make it a bit more transparent, and I'm going to go closer so I can add my borders. So actually you can keep these borders as part of your design of your cover book, otherwise you can delete them after you finish the designing of your cover book, just to make sure that you follow the specifications of KDP cover books. So what I'm going to do now is in the layer section, I'm just going to select my illustration, and you can go and unlock it and then just delete it so we can start the designing of our cover book. So this is actually one of my favorite parts because you can get as creative as you want to generate the cover book of your coloring book. First of all, I'm going to change the color of the background. So I'm going to come back to the layer section, and I'm going to click in background. And over here we can go and change the color. So I'm just going to make it maybe like a light purple would be nice. So something like this looks very nice. As we can see in this page, we have to follow this exact format. So in the right side, we're going to have the cover page, but in the left side, we're going to have the back page. So we also have to make sure that we leave some space for the barcode. So what I'm going to do now is just add some text, and I can even use the same font as I use with my coloring pages. So I'm going to change this one to the Titan. So over here I have it, and then I'm just gonna go and add the title of my coloring book. And what I'm gonna do is just add my border, and over here I'm just gonna make it white. so it stands out a bit more, and we follow kind of the same format as the one that we saw, but putting our own creativity on it. So I'm just gonna go and then make this one Control C, Control V, and then I'm gonna pull it down, and then I'm gonna click. I'm gonna write here book. There we go. And then I'm gonna add a last one. So Control C, Control V, and then here I'm just gonna add our keyword. So bold and easy, and then I'm just gonna make it smaller, and then just make it fit over here. And what I'm gonna do now is just start to add some elements for my cover. And now I'm done adding the elements to my cover book, but I also add some examples for my coloring pages. This is very important because in this way the customer will look what is inside and they will buy it more easily. So what I'm gonna do now is just go and click in download, and I'm gonna go and make exactly the same. I'm gonna download it in my PDF format, and I'm gonna click in download. Ready to create amazing coloring books like this one? Boost your creativity with Kittl. Use my special code to get 25% discount on your first month or even your first year. Don't miss out on this great offer and start designing today. So now we can move on into upload our coloring book into Amazon KDP. So I'm just gonna click in create paperback book. And over here in language, I'm gonna keep it on English. For the title of my book, I'm just gonna be using my keyword, stress relief coloring book for adults and kids, bold and easy. And for the subtitle, I would recommend you to put something that is a bit more descriptive of your coloring book. So if you don't have any idea of how to do this, you can go to ChatGPT and then you can use this prompt. And I'm just gonna go and paste my title again. And I'm gonna paste it over here, and I'm just gonna go and let ChatGPT write it. So I'm just gonna be using this one because I find it very good. So I'm just gonna go copy, and I can paste it as my subtitle. For my series number, it's optional, so I'm not gonna add it. And the same go for my edition number. For my author, I'm just gonna be using my name, but you can also use a pen name. So I'm gonna add Mariana and then Montoya. And I also don't need to add the collaborators. So for our description, we can take a look of what are the competitors doing, so we can get some inspiration from it. Otherwise, you can ask ChatGPT to write a product description for your book using the AIDA format, which stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. So you can go and use this prompt. Create a description for a coloring book about animals coloring book for adults and kids, bold and easy using the AIDA format. The AIDA format is a very famous copywriting format that works well in sales and marketing. So we can use it to make our book even more attractive to buyers. So what I would do here is just go and copy the block text over here, select this, and then just start to copy what it says or only the things that you want to add into your description. Publication rights, I'm gonna click and I own the copyright. For the main audience, over here you just have to reply the question, so I'm just gonna put no. In my main store, I'm just gonna keep it on Amazon.com, but this depends on your location. Now we can go and select some categories. So I'm just gonna be choosing the first one, craft, hobbies, and home. And then I'm just gonna go and select my coloring books. And I'm gonna go and select animals. So we already have this category. So I'm just gonna go and click in save category. So to do this, I actually use two methods. The first one is by going and just start to test out my keyword and see what also appears. So I already have this one, bold and easy coloring book for kids. So I can go and put it over here. And then I'm gonna delete this so to see what else appear. Cute animals coloring book. So this one is a keyword that also can work for us. Otherwise, you can go to the KDP tool, and over here you can go to the section of keywords. And over here I'm just gonna go and paste my keyword, and I'm gonna go and search for it, but I'm gonna go to the section of books. Over here I'm gonna click in pull results A to Z, And as you can see, it's giving me a lot of ideas that I can use. So we can see Cozy Girl Coloring Book, Bold and Easy. I can use this one of here. And this is more easy for me, so I don't have to go and search one by one for them. And of course, here this is a traffic light, so the green are the better ones, and then we get more competition. But you can always use the green ones, which are a lot, and it's more easy way to find keywords if you already have your tool. So I'm just gonna go and paste my last keyword. So you always have to remember that the better keywords that you rank your coloring book on, the better your book is going to perform, and of course get more sales. So this is actually a very important step. So I would recommend you that you take your time to do it. And over here, I'm just gonna keep it on here. The publication date and the release date are the same. And the release date, put my book on release now. And we can click in, save and continue. Now for here, we can use a free ISBN, so I'm just going to click in assign, and I'm going to click in assign ISBN. For the printing options, I'm going to keep it in black and white interior with white paper. For the printing sizing, over here we have to click in please select different size, and I'm going to use the one that we use for our Kittl book. I'm going to put indentation on PDF only, and over here you can choose the one that you like the most. And now we can go and upload our coloring book. And I'm gonna wait till my coloring book is uploaded. So as you can see, it already uploaded my manuscript, and I'm also gonna go and upload my book cover. I'm gonna click in upload a cover that I already own, and I'm gonna upload my own cover. So over here is my cover, and I'm gonna click in open. And now I already upload both of them. For the AI generate content, I'm gonna click yeah, and I'm gonna click in text none, which is we're gonna keep many of them generated with minimal or not editing. And over here, I'm just gonna go and add Kittl AI, and for translations, I'm gonna keep none. And now we can go and click in book preview. So now over here, Amazon KDP already make a preview of my coloring book, and in the left side we don't see any mistake, which means that my book is perfectly ready to publish. So we have here the examples of my coloring book pages and in the back page, and we also have the cover book over here. We can see that we have already the barcode for this coloring book. Then if we click in this side, we can also see our coloring book pages, which are crazy cute. I really like it. So now we just have to go and click in approve. Once we approve our book preview, we can go and see our printing expenses. So it's gonna be $2.84. So we're just gonna click in save and continue. In territories, I'm gonna keep it in all territories, and I'm gonna keep my main store. And for my price, I saw that the average price of these books are $10, so you can leave it a bit lower, and then once you start to get some reviews, you can go and increase this price, or you can go and leave it in $10. This will depend on your own strategy. So I'm just gonna keep it in $8.99. And congratulations! Now you have created your first coloring book for your Amazon KDP business. If you want to get your own book, you can go and request your proof, and it would only charge you your printing expenses. Now you only have to wait 72 hours before your book gets approved and you start to make some sales. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you in another video.